And good evening, everybody. We have Draymond Crawford with us tonight. We're going to be sharing some of his content. We're going to get more in touch with his recreational flying side. I know he does a lot with business, but we'll get into it as we go. We got a lot to talk about. I know it's Thanksgiving week, so I'm anxious to see how everybody's was, and let's get going. And good evening, United States Drone Society. Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hey, good evening, Paul. How are you?
Good. So, update. As you noticed, I think everybody noticed there's probably a little lag in the intro again.
Mm-hmm.
So, this week or next week is going to probably be the last time that StreamYard is used for the show. I'm going to switch over to another service, so hopefully is more suited for what I need. I'm going to be doing some test streams, just, hopping online, going live, and just, talking with some members of the community and just testing things out. And, you'll see me go live if you got the notification on throughout the week coming. And, if you want to join in and take part in that, you're more than welcome to. There's no format. It's just going to be me going live and just testing out different things with the new software. So, we'll go with that. So how was your week, Chris? How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, Thanksgiving was wonderful. Had my family over, had some good times. I actually played some board games. I haven't done that in a long time. And I had a good time, really good time. How about you?
So it was a very busy week. I know that. I was happy that I got a jump start on a few of the things I needed to take care of for the show. And, most important, though, I got to have a nice family day on Thanksgiving and spent the day with the family watching, movies, and didn't really visit social media at all. I was kind of gone for the majority of the day, Thursday and Friday, which was nice. And got my editing done in time, and looking forward to it's Christmas time. So it's a very busy time of the year. And I find that I'm not getting out flying like I want to, and busy time of year. We'll get through it.
That's understandable. I haven't gone out in a few weeks. Probably I will go out within the next few weeks. I'm going to look at. I got something planned. I'm going to do a little vlog of the La Salette Shrine out in Attleboro, where they have the Festival of Lights. Throw the drone up. Take a little aerial view of it, and the rest is all going to be, vlogging, probably. My daughter probably, she'll go.
Yeah, it's nice. I went there last year. I live streamed for a little bit there last year to the group.
I remember that.
To think we were so early on in the show, too. The show's only been going for a year, but we were just discussing it. We're actually talking about our feature guest tonight, Draymond. We were talking about how he was one of the people who was on earlier, probably the first few episodes, and just how much time has gone by. But it seems like it was just yesterday, too.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. It's just gone by so quickly. And to think we're on 56 now, is it?
This is 55. Yep,
55.
live stream number 55. I know everybody I know Johnny Alfonso does like seasons and all that. I just go in order. It just makes it easier to. Although I find that the new thumbnails help, where you can see who the featured guest is. It's easy to see where you're at. Like now, like if you go back and you want to find Community Day, it's the thumbnail says Community Day, so it's easy to find the show that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, I say we get in and we say hi to everybody in the chat. And I believe Margie was first. Hi, Margie. How you doing? I don't know if you're still here.
Yeah, Margie was there at 5:30 p.m. today. So
yeah. My wife was second.
Hello.
Oh, she's my number one supporter. She's always on the other side of things, helping me out here. We have Jim in the house. He'll be joining us for open chat. How you doing, Jim?
Hey, Jimmy.
We got Angie. How you doing, Angie?
Angie from Lost Girl Adventures. Go check out our channel, man.
Yeah. We got Bud Bieber in the house. He'll be joining us for open chat.
As always.
Yeah. We have Jeff's place. How you doing, Jeff?
Hey, Jeff.
And we got Brian, Waypoint, New England. How you doing, brother? Glad to have you here.
How's it going, Brian?
Warren, how you doing? We got Warren in the house. Glad to have you here.
Hi, how you doing?
I believe this is Thomas Lee Warman. This is a new account he's made, Heavenly Drone Works. I believe it's Thomas Lee Warman. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Hi, if you are.
Yeah, thanks for being here. We got Alex Haggard in the house. How you doing, Alex?
Hey, Alex. Very big supporter of the channel.
And we got Mickey Moo in the house. How you doing, Mickey Moo? Glad to have you here.
Hey, Mickey Moo.
And we got Dusty, East Coast Thrills. How you doing? Thanks for being here.
Hello.
And Randy Props, Mad Props Media. How you doing?
Hey, how's it going, Randy?
And Dominic, he's in the back. He'll be joining us for open chat.
Good day, mate.
Good day, mate. Angel's in the house. Drone Guy 42. How you doing, Angel? Glad to have you here.
Yeah, we missed. Oh, you got it.
How you doing, Bill? How you doing, Bill? Thanks for being here. Eric Lipinski, how you doing? Thanks for being here.
Hey, Eric.
We got Chad in the house. How you doing, Chad?
Hey, Chad. How are you?
Hey, Brett. How you doing? Lambo drives Lambo. Brett's in the house.
That's a cool name.
Yeah, I believe he said later on, by the way, that Dre was his first subscriber.
Oh, wow.
Interesting, right? Yeah, he said right here, Dre was my first subscriber.
Yep.
We got Don in the house. How you doing, Don? Glad to have you here. And we got Johnny Dronefly. How you doing, Johnny?
Johnny, what's up?
And Keith Russell's in the house. How you doing, Keith?
Hey, Keith.
And David's in the house. He's in the back. He'll be joining us for open chat. And we got Christian over at Main Lake Drone. How you doing? Glad to see you. You know, I'm going to reach out to you this week. I haven't talked to you much the last couple of weeks. I'm going to reach out and see how you're doing. We got Shooter FPV. We got Ken with us. And yet Ken's here. He'll be joining us for the open chat. And we got Todd Skirvin in the house. How you doing, Todd?
Hey, Todd. Let's see.
Yep, that was right. It is Thomas. How you doing, brother? Glad to have you here. I always feel bad if I get their name wrong, you know?
Well, there's a lot of people to
yeah, I'm still learning people's names in the community, but you know, it's just crazy just how hard it is to remember sometimes. And then all of a sudden you learn it and that's it. I don't think I'm missing anybody here. Oh, Ted's in the house. How you doing, Ted?
Ted just hopped in.
All right, listen, Ted, tonight we're going to be discussing manual settings with the camera a little later. We're going to do a moment in manual. It's going to be a short segment. I understand automatic settings are great, but there's certain people in the community who definitely want to learn some manual settings. So we're going to dabble in that. So I know you like to keep it simple, but there's also, you know, room for people who love that manual. I want to learn it at least.
And extra batteries to have on hand while you're learning it.
Yes, exactly. Well, and that's the thing too. You can work on it inside the house if you wanted to. Well, maybe not for me. They don't want to let me put the drone up because I got the airport right here. But some luck. I think we got everybody. I believe we already got East Coast Thrills. Dusty.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Good. We got everybody. Well, and I should probably pull up with that. So with that, I'm going to do Sunday Spectacular. Let me mute my mic. All right, let's do it. Trevino. I believe he's actually out in the Houston area. I think you're muted still, Chris.
Yeah. Do you mention to people that they're going to be Sunday Spectacular? Because I don't
No,
know.
they don't.
I don't know
They
if Jesus is on the stream.
Yeah, no, they don't find out if they're not watching the stream to watch it as it happens. I schedule the post to go live at 9 o'clock after the show ends. And I tag the person. So either they find out live during the show while they're watching, or they find out when they find out that they've been tagged on Facebook and they see the post. Yeah. So that's usually how I do it. I like it to be a surprise. No, it's funny because you don't even know most of the time. Sometimes I'll leak it in the moderation group for like Nick's pitch. I shared that with certain people. I was like, hey, that there was no way that wasn't getting beat. But yeah, they don't know. Yeah, even the moderators in the group don't know, and it just shows up on Sunday, and then they see it when it's posted.
Yeah, well, I've been the Sunday Spectacular before, and I was surprised to see it. I had just turned my head for a minute, and then I looked, and I'm like, oh, it's me. So it's kind of like a little surprise,
Well, and the funny part about that was, how you can see all the stuff. You can see the brands, the video clips, and so the video clip had the thumbnail for it, one of your pictures, and I thought for sure that you were going to see it before I played it. If you just looked over at the video clips, you would have seen it in the picture, but you didn't. So that was good.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, thanks.
Yeah.
Hey, Gone Dronin's in the house.
Hey, how you doing, Paul? Glad to have you here. I saw Paul here, and I saw Captain Joe America's here also, and Exiled PvP. PvP. Exiled FPV. How you doing? Yeah. So I actually spent some time this week playing the new. Well, it's not new, but it's nostalgic. The Super Mario RPG came out on the Switch. They redid it.
I heard
that was a really fun game back in the day. Gave it a shot, and they did a really good job with the remake.
Yeah, my son's into the Marios. I did a little bit of nostalgia with playing a few of the Wii Marios, but that was about it.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that, I'm going to bring in our featured guest tonight, and our featured guest is none other than Draymond Crawford, Recovery One Drone. How you doing, Dre?
Doing good, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, Dre.
Now, I'm sure a good majority of the community knows you. Probably 99.100% of the community knows you. But if by chance there's anybody that doesn't, why don't you introduce yourself and let everyone know what you do?
My name is Draymond Crawford. I usually go by Dre. By day, 9 to 5, I am the safety officer for the city of San Bernardino. And I also have a commercial drone business on the side that I do most of my flying with. Most of my credentials is in the construction side of the house and safety aspects as far as dealing with emergency situations, FEMA certifications, OSHA certifications, things of that nature. I have a background in law enforcement for over 10 years and did about 9 years in the military before that. So been around, seen a few things, and here we are today.
Yeah. Now, I know that when you're on a lot of shows and people are talking with you, they discuss a lot of the professional aspect of you flying drones.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go the other direction here, and I want to kind of incorporate more of what you do for recreational flying.
What's that?
And I have a question for you, and I think that usually I wait to ask the question until after, but I think I should ask this question first because this kind of we're going to shift our focus. As a Part 107 certified drone pilot who has successfully built a business in the field, I'm curious to know how your professional involvement with drones has influenced your experience and enjoyment of flying recreationally. And has there been significant shift in your perspective or approach to recreational drone flying since turning your passion into a profession?
Well, for me, my background to drones is my profession. The reason why I got into drone flying because of my status as a construction inspector. So my thing is when I are out inspecting these large warehouses that are being built all over our city and the surrounding areas, they can be quite the task of getting around these facilities. With a drone, I'm able to fly around to any part of it, take the necessary pictures, which I'd be doing if I was even walking these sites. I'd be taking photographs of different elements on the sites itself. So from my perspective, I've always viewed getting into drones was to become Part 107 from day one. So for as far as me doing recreational flying, it's more like me just practicing flying for doing work later on. And that's why I spent quite a bit of time in the early years. I've been doing this at my own business for, I say, 4 years now, and I've been flying for going on 6 years and stuff. Matter of fact, I do my next recurrent coming up next May. So this will be my third recurrent coming up, third testing. So yes, I've always been on that side of the house of the profession of getting to Part 107 and moving forward from there. I was never a hobbyist per se, where I went out and just flew just for the fun of it. It always has a purpose for me, and that's just how I'm built. I need a purpose. I need to set some goals and then work my tail off to achieve those goals.
Yeah, and one of the things that I like that you do, it's interesting take on it, is you take your video footage that you get from job sites, and then you turn around and you scour Epidemic Sound for nasty track, just street nasty, right? And you turn that into a video and you try to turn it into something more cinematic, which is interesting and not easy to do. And we'll see a bit of that tonight because I have 2 videos of yours that I'm going to share. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to get ready to pull up that video and share it. But while I'm pulling that up, I want you to take the time to let people know which drones you incorporate into your flying for business. And then if you do spend some time flying recreationally, what drones do you stick with there?
Okay. I have several drones. I think I have a total of about 8 or 9 drones in my inventory. I have a Spark, which I still have used on a couple occasions for some tight in-depth work. The Spark is an excellent drone. It gives you nice footage, even though it's only 1080p footage, but it's small, it'll fit in tight spaces, and it'll fly slow enough that you're not going to run into anything. So that's the key why I keep that around to this day. I've had the Mavic Air, the original one that came out. I traded that for my first Phantom 4. I've gone through the Mavic Pros, a couple of those over the years. And then I have a pair of Mavic 2 Pros that I keep on hand. Those are the ones that you see my cinematic footage with, is with the Mavic 2 Pro. If you shoot me anything, that's the drone I use. And that's why I tell people when I go out, and even when I'm doing the job, I'll take 2 to 3 drones out. Usually I have the main drone that I'm doing the work with. I have a backup drone. In this case, something happens, I still get the job done. And then that Mavic 2 Pro may be used for some other cinematic shots or what we call waypoint orbits around a whole site, something of that nature. And that's why I'll get my cinematic footage using the Mavic 2 Pro mainly.
Yep. Now you sent me this video. This is the University Parkway extension near completion in San Bernardino.
Right.
So you could tell us anything you want to tell us about this.
Yeah,
I know you
like
have some voiceover in here, some AI voiceover too, right?
Yeah, towards the end. I mean, this is a project that sat on the books for 60 years. So this is like almost like something that should have been a long time ago. And I tell people, when you're into engineering type work, things of that nature, when you see developments that have stopped, you don't understand the impact it can have on a whole community. Where this road right here was on the books for 60 years and finally getting done, it cut off
Some
all
may
kind
say,
of.
what is the big deal? It's just the road. This short section took 60
Go ahead, you can keep
years.
talking. I'll turn the volume down a little bit.
No, go ahead.
This
Let
road
it play.
will extend to 5th Street and provide a much-needed corridor for the west side of San Bernardino.
And that's I want to pick up on, because even where you live at today, there are certain parts of your city that have long roads that take you from one side to the other side. And then maybe other parts that the road is chopped up in little bits and pieces, and you got to kind of divert, go around and get your way to something else. And you probably thought to yourself, how come they never put this straight through like they should have? and that's what this road here represents. This road is supposed to go from the University of California, San Bernardino, at the far north end, at the base of the mountains there in the background, and take you down to all the way to Route 66 that cuts through San Bernardino. So like I said, that right there, the tourism aspect of it, that people would have been driving down this road for decades, adding more commerce. That also, you got trucking routes, because it's a 4-lane road, 2 lanes on each side, which would have been another trucking route that could have been used in the community for access for commerce. So there's different things that have effects that trickles down to other things of how communities can grow.
Yeah.
And when things are not done right or planned out right, it can stifle growth in a community also.
Yeah. And for the second video that you shared with me, it's a more cinematic video. You had some fun shooting out in the city and catching some reflections on the buildings and stuff. But before I play that video, I noticed that you have your FAA Part 107 certificate. It says you're FEMA certified. What FEMA certification do you hold?
FEMA has several classes in every aspect of emergency response. I took the basic classes initially, 100 class, which is, bless you.
Thank you.
This is an introductory to we call incident command system. I took the next level up, was a 200 class, and I have what they call the NIM system, which is National Incident Emergency Management class. It was like a 700 series class. Just recently, I took the GIS class. Now, the GIS class, if anybody know what GIS, what we do with drones, what you do even as recreational or even as commercial pilot itself, GIS is basically drones getting mapping information during emergency situations, okay? Because when things happen, like we live in an earthquake, we got a big fault, San Andreas fault runs through my city. So when things happen, they're going to need real-time footage of what's actually out there compared to what's already been produced over the last couple of decades. So I'd say drones are going to be used in that aspect to be able to bring in real-time scenario information so we know how to manage our resources, how to do rescue planning, and all the different things we need to do and also working with the higher, I would say, our county level or our federal, which is the FEMA level. I've been asking people within the FEMA sphere, will they ever come out with a specific class for drone operations? Because drones are being used, but I think FEMA needs to have a class just for drone operations itself and tied into the GIS class. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's great that you've found a way to incorporate drones into your business and been able to expand on that. But again, I'm definitely interested in more of your cinematic material. This is one of those videos that I was talking about. I like what you do, and we're going to play it, and let us know what drone you were flying. Anything you want to tell us about the video?
Once again, I'm using the Mavic 2 Pro. This building here is our old City Hall. We had to abandon this building back in 2017 because it was not earthquake retrofitted. So it's been sitting empty for a couple of years. So we all moved over to the building just off to the left of the screen where our City Hall resides now.
Is the audio overpowering for you, or is it okay?
No, I don't want to disturb from anybody else that's watching. This right here is one of the rare, I would say, high-rise buildings in our city. We call it the Near Tower. It's all that amber glass. This right here is an old hotel coming up on just off the parking structure. You'd be next to the City Hall. And then the building in the far is the California Transportation, commonly known as Caltrans, building up coming off right here. Now come off this part here, this is where I start practicing stick control. This is me all flying manually right here. And I use the sticks, both sticks simultaneously to get that kind of orbit slide move. And I wanted to go right to the building, but I remember I still have my sensors on, so the drone would stop dead on me if I continue going through it. So,
yeah. And now, before you take these flights, you always make sure to check your return to home altitude and everything?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this area here is in controlled airspace, so I have to make sure I maintain a certain AGL. Because, like I said, I took off from the parking structure, which is about roughly another 50 feet in off the ground, and the ceiling, AGL ceiling for the area is for me. I go 400 feet, but I got to make sure I stay around 350 because people get confused that when you take off from an elevated structure, you have to deduct that amount from whatever your height ceiling is for that area. So if my AGL would have been only 200 feet, I would have been able to fly no higher than 150 from my takeoff point because I'm in controlled airspace. So those are just little things that, you keep in mind what you're doing out there and everything. Like I say, the more work I've been bringing in of late, I've been flying a lot of controlled airspace. It's almost like to me, flying in Class G is like flying recreational because I feel free, because everything else I'm flying, like I got a couple of thermal jobs coming up and they're right close to the airport. They're elementary schools and they have some parking lot covering that has the solar panels on it. And I'm barely squeezing out 150 feet. And just lucky that I don't have to go that high to do solar work. But, here in Southern California, you have a lot of overlapping airspace. And I know even if people who have taken the Part 107 test, I know one of the more difficult areas that they're on the test is the airspace in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, where you have multiple airports in that area and multiple airspace that overlap, and they try to ask you what's the airspace of this range right here, what's the highest or the lowest you can go, what class is it in. So learning to deal with airspace is real important, no matter if you're recreational or not. The recreational pilots can fly in controlled airspace. And that's why I tell people is go to the two places. Go to the FAA site, which is the FAA. Let me look here. It's to visualize it, so they'll tell you what their zones are. But also, you want to go check out. If you're flying a DJI drone, go to DJI's Fly Safe area, and they'll show you where all their what they call geofencing areas are at. Because I have a job coming up that's Class G, according to the FAA, but once again, DJI has it limited because it's in the flight bow tie of a neighboring airport, even though I'm outside of the controlled space. But DJI will lock it down to only maybe 50 feet AGL, and I might need additional help. So a lot of times I still have to submit things through Drone Zone, so they can send me an authorization so I can submit to DJI to unlock the drone to get the additional AGL I need to do the work.
Yeah, and that's why if you're someone who's interested in getting your Part 107 license, one of the harder aspects of that material is definitely the airspace maps. And Greg over at Pilot Institute actually does a really good job on his course explaining the air charts. So if that's something that people are interested in the group, we have a pinned topic in the featured topics. Greg actually gave a discount to USDS members. So if you're interested in going down that avenue and getting your 107, there's information out there that can help you. And I like the way that Greg breaks it down because he has a section by section course, and you can go back and he's just really active in that community. So you don't feel like you're on your own when you're learning the material.
Yeah, and like I said, since the FAA has allowed recreational pilots to fly in controlled airspace, this is something everybody needs to learn and make it so much easier. Because I know a lot of guys get frustrated. They go out, they want to fly, and then they're geofenced to where they can't take off. They need to get some kind of release from DJI. And I said, these are the steps you need to take. And that's why the videos I do more tutorial type videos than anything else. I'm going to try to help people try to learn how to navigate the system so they can go out and fly no matter where they're at. Even though the airport's right down the street, a lot of times you can still fly there if you go through the necessary steps to get the authorization, get the unlock, and you can go out there and have fun.
Yeah. I got introduced to you through Adrian. Adrian Mateo was doing his live shows, and that's how I got introduced to you. And one of the first things I noticed was you were doing a lot of like Leachy tutorial videos.
Right.
which was something different because it wasn't something I was familiar with, coming into, into the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
I came in pretty much, I know I had a Kentuck, so it was really bad, but I pretty much came into the DJI. Okay. And,
Mm-hmm.
I've had a very good time with DJI, and I'm sure a lot of people have, but I know that a lot of people were frustrated with certain aspects of it, and they were using Leechy. And so that's what got me curious to go and actually check out your videos on it, because I thought it was interesting, the things that you could do that you couldn't normally do with the drone,
Right.
So with that, we'll bring in some members of the community to continue this conversation with you. We have a David Smith in the back. I don't recognize that name. I can't really see his camera, so I'm gonna.
His camera's kind of blocked right now.
Yeah, I wanted to mention also Todd Skirving's joining us tonight, which is great because we're gonna be discussing manual. Hey, Bud, how you doing?
Hey, Bud.
And we got Dominic in the house. How you doing, Dominic?
Hey, Dominic.
Good evening, sirs.
Yeah, we got Skylar Dickinson in the house. How you doing, Skylar?
What's up?
Another great manual photography. This will be a great segment tonight. We got Ken in the house. How you doing, Ken?
Hey, Ken.
What's going on, guys? Good to see you all.
Yeah, hopefully, Ken, you're feeling better. I know Ken's getting over a sickness, and I hope you feel better real soon, brother.
Yeah. I got one more day to go, and I'm good.
Yeah, we got Jim in the house. How you doing, Jim?
A lot of take up, a lot to say, a lot to do. Let's go.
No falling asleep tonight, Jim.
I think you already had too much coffee.
Lots
David
of coffee.
in the house.
I think we've caught you about 3 or 4 times.
Sponsored by Victor Allen coffee cups.
And Todd Skirving.
Jim's been in this video for sure.
Yeah.
I have several questions for Dre.
Shoot.
Am I allowed?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Of course.
Dre,
Yes, sir.
all right. Are you a civil engineer?
No. I'm just I'm an inspector. I am a MPDS inspector in the past. In California, we have a status of QSP, which means I'm a qualified SWIP practitioner. And this is one step below a qualified SWIP designer, which means I go out and enforce the rules of water quality and on and off flows of erosion control. So I am what we call I think it's pronounced SISEC inspector.
Okay.
A certified erosion control inspector.
All right. Well, how?
Cool.
All right. Pardon me for being stupid. How did that relate to you flying drones and doing your job?
Okay. Normally, if I'm out on a regular commercial site for inspection, a lot of your warehouses have underground chamber systems, which is just like a couple of rows of pipes that go underground, and all the water that comes on that site goes into the regular drains on the site, and they go through this underground chamber system to be basically be purified and back to the underground water tables in your area. Now, here in California, it is mandated that all commercial sites over an acre size has to retain all water on site. They don't want you letting water go out to the street or anything else. Everything has to remain on site. So you're going to have these large detention basins that are built on the side of these big commercial buildings, and they'll also have underground chamber systems to go along with it. Now, my job is to go out there. They build it per spec. So that means I need to go out there and be able to read the blueprints, verify the depth, verify the installation, and at the end of the job, I put my John Hancock on it and put my blessing, said this thing is supposed to work. Like I always tell people, Mother Nature is the ultimate inspector, and when something happens, they want to know if it works.
Well, so how did you study or learn all this?
It came with the job. Like I said, I went to a couple of classes for my SISEC to get that. That was the hardest class I took. That was one of those shove it down your throat classes. Take you 2 days to do the class, and you get like 120 questions to do it in, and to finish that. And it took me twice to do it because I passed the first part no problem. The second half just kicked my behind. I had to take that part twice, you know. and it's just
Well,
tough.
by
The rest
the
of
way-
it, go ahead.
Jim, did I see what I thought I saw there a little while ago? By the way,
Yeah, it doesn't really show up very well. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
There
I
it
got
is.
How
It's been
does
faded.
this have
You're-
light tan
oh, wait.
writing and yours is black?
I think this might be mug number 1 or possibly
Well,
2.
that was the test mug.
Test mug.
Yeah.
Can I go back to Dre? Can I go back to Dre for a minute?
Yeah, please
Yep.
do.
So you fly the Mavic 2 Pro, or you've changed drones?
I fly whatever I need to get job. I guess I have everything from the M30T, the Mavic Enterprise Advance. I have the Mavic 3 multi-spectrum. I
Cool.
have a Phantom 4 RTK, a couple other regular Phantom 4 Pros, and then the Mavic 2 Pros, and then I have the Spark, and I think that's about it.
When
hey,
did you do-
hold on a second, but we got to push forward. We got more content
all
to
right,
show.
all right,
Get
all
back
right,
to
all right. I'm done. I'm done.
All right, I'm good.
Drake, call me sometime. I got a zillion questions.
Anytime, partner. Anytime.
I had a video sent to me this week. It was someone got their mug, and I wanted to share it with everybody. So we're gonna play that now.
Aloha, Sky Control checking in. Today is Wednesday, but you're going to be seeing this on Thursday, so happy Thanksgiving. Appropriate, but kind of late at the same time, though. On my birthday, November 5th, I was on the podcast with Wedge and Big. I entered in a drawing to win a cup or a mug, and I won it on my birthday. And I've just been so busy and doing all kinds of stuff, but thank you. Thanks, Paul. Please go subscribe to Wedge and Big. They have a nice podcast that they do on YouTube. Got a nice mug, yeah? Looks like there's something in there. Gotta do a couple. Yeah. Had to. We got some Donut Shop coffee pods. We got some Drone Pilot Association of Canada, so we got some stickers in there. We got Drone Zone stickers. We got Wedge and Big. Go subscribe on YouTube. Thanks, guys. Got 308 Drone Zone. We got Country Charm Creations business card in there with Vicky and Jonah. Thank you. Care instructions for your new tumbler. Avoid extreme heat. Do not place in the dishwasher or microwave. Do not soak. Wash by hand. Got it. A Light Club with Pilot Institute. That's who I sought out my learning and teaching through to get my 107 is through Pilot Institute. Thanks, Greg. Hope you see this. Oh, we got a nice small sticker. Drone Society. I am gonna put this on my helmet right now. Yes. We got lots of stickers on the helmet here. Lots of stickers. Yeah, sexy girls. But yeah. And then there's mine. Yes, business up front, party in the back.
And thank you to Ollie for sending me that video. Thank you so much.
I feel if it must not be doing it right. I don't have a helmet.
No, he's a skateboarder. He has one of those electronic skateboards.
Gotcha.
You know, he has to wear that helmet, you know, because if he crashes, you know,
Yeah.
pretty nasty. But glad we got right on the top of the helmet.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, what do you guys think about doing best of the rest? You guys ready to see
all
all
do.
I'm always ready
It's
for that
long
ball.
overdue.
Oh,
Sure didn't make
let's
it.
do it.
All right, let's make sure if you can mute your microphone so we don't get any noise over it.
Nice.
Great job, everybody. Thank you, everybody who
Nice
shared
job.
all week. That's
Great stuff.
fantastic. Thank you.
Great stuff.
Good stuff.
We're missing somebody. Oh, Bud. Bud, before I bring you back, 1 second. I want to bring in this. David, how you doing?
Yeah, because I definitely
Okay. Well, I'm gonna bring Bud back in. How you doing, Bud?
Oh, there he is.
Hi, bud.
Once again, I do not deserve to belong or be in that best of the rest. I mean, you guys take fantastic pictures.
Yeah, so do you. So
No, I don't.
yes, you do.
Oh, hey, Chris, I got a lighthouse for you. It's coming up next week.
Oh,
yeah. You just wait for it.
Yeah. By the way, Bud, you got something done this past week. You mentioned it, I believe, either the last show or the show before. You mentioned that you wanted some United States Drone Society drink glasses.
Okay. Well, first of all, I got my United States drone drink pad, and there they are. They're coming.
Oh,
wow. Look at those.
Nice.
Those look great.
Next week, I will be drinking instead of a boring cocktail glass.
No,
I will be a United States Drone Society glass.
Yeah, if you're interested in glasses like that, you know, you can go to Country Charm Creations. They're in all the video descriptions. They do the coffee mugs and they do other merch for us. So if you want to check them out, go check them out.
Vicky is fantastic. She will take care of you. She'll do what you want. So
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised that your mug made it all the way to Hawaii without any problems.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Oh,
I mean, he opened it up, and I'm thinking, oh, this thing's got to be cracked or something. But that went a long way.
And that's the first time actually a mug has gone technically overseas.
Yeah.
I know it's still the United States, but it's in Hawaii, so it went overseas. I was nervous about that also, but it was insured. But I thought it was really nice because I messaged Ollie and I was like, hey, you know, if you want to, you can do an unboxing video, or you can just send me a picture with it. I like to share it with the show. You know, if someone gets a new mug, they take a picture with it. I like to share that with the stream the following week if they send it to me. So it's really nice when people do that. You know, it was people like Dawn who went above and beyond making the unboxing videos. Just those were fun. And I believe it was Chad Schultz. He did one too. Remember he took the mug out with the drone. He was so worried the drone was going to crash too. It was pretty nuts.
All right.
So we have a new segment I wanted to start, and we're going to call it the I said a manual moment, but I think a moment in manual will be a better description of it. So I'm going to put up, we have a new background here. It's a little camera lens. We're going to do a moment in manual. Now, how it's going to work, every week we're going to discuss very briefly, not very long, maybe 5 to 10 minutes. We'll discuss something about a manual feature that people want to learn about to shoot manual photography and videography also, because these same concepts apply. Just with videos, your difference might be the shutter speed and your 180 rule. Photography is a little more open than that. But I thought that a good place to start tonight would be to talk about the exposure triangle.
Sure.
Because these are the 3 settings that work. This is your bread and butter for photography. So I have a photo here, and I'll share this photo in the group after the show is over so everybody can see. But this kind of explains what the shutter speed is for, which is motion blur. And as you see, if you look on the left side where it says shutter speed, you've got 1/2, 1/4, 1/8. And if you look at the line, it shows which way you move it, what will cause it to become brighter. And in photography, you've got to balance the 3 of them. So like Todd's a really good manual photographer. So Todd, how do you find yourself balancing these? What are some tips and tricks you might have for us?
Well, photography as a whole, the exposure triangle is the most important thing that you're going to learn, because everything's about exposure. So depending on what your subject is, what your lighting is, whatnot, this is where you're going to adjust. So ISO is always a big one. The lower the number, the darker it's going to be. The higher you go, it's going to introduce more noise. The nice thing with our drones is a lot of this is landscape photography. We're not right up close on our subjects. We can get away with a little more noise than say I can with my Canon. Your shutter speed, easy way to remember your shutter speed. So every mark there, so 1/20th, or everything is a fraction of a second. So the further away you are from that 1 second, that's where you're going to, if you want to freeze something in time, you're going to want a faster shutter speed. And if you're wanting to blur or catch the blur, say like water blur or your light blur from cars passing, whatnot, you're gonna slow that down. You're gonna go down, get it down to a third of a second to half a second, somewhere in that vicinity. That's where you're going to get your light trails, things like that. Aperture is where you're going to set your depth of field. So wide open, which is the smaller number, that's going to allow more light in fast, but it's going to take away the depth of the photo. So you're going to have your subject in focus, but you're going to blend out. You're going to lose your background, which is good. That's what a lot of people are looking for.
I actually have a picture guide for that. So with your aperture, this is your aperture. If you look up at the top, The higher the number, the higher the number on the f-stop is, the smaller the aperture is open.
Yes.
And this is kind of a little guide here to show you, like, if you have your aperture wide open, you have a small depth of field. And if you're wondering what depth of field is, this is kind of a good guide to go by, where you would have like a picture of your child, let's say, up in front, and then everything in the back is blurry, but your child's in focus. If you want to bring in the background, you have to increase that depth of field, increase the aperture. And to adjust the light, because as the more you increase the aperture, the smaller the hole is. Let me see if I get this right. So then what you want to do after that is you want to adjust your shutter speed to where you need it. And then your final step is to adjust the ISO, because the ISO is kind of artificial light, right? You're controlling how sensitive the sensor is to light coming in, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah.
So if
So it's shutter speed, aperture, and then it's aperture first, then shutter speed, then ISO, right?
Yeah, pretty much in any particular order, they all play hand in hand. So say you're not necessarily drone, but say you're going to take a family photo, and you've got several people in a photo. I have found in doing this over the last several years, the more people you add, you've really got to close that aperture down, because otherwise you end up, the people in the center will be in focus, people in the back or to extreme sides will not be. So you close that aperture down, you go down to say like an f11 or whatever. Well, then you've got to bring the your shutter speed up to leave it open longer to allow more light in, or increase your ISO. That's great on a full frame or a DSLR or a mirrorless camera. You've got a lot more room to play with. But on our drone, because we have such a small sensor, you've got to just be careful in adjusting those and kind of take small steps. Because such a small sensor, we are impacted by noise so much more easily. Yeah. But again, being that most of our shots are far away, we can get away with it a lot more than say like the portrait photography.
Now, 1 second, Chris, I just want to let you know you're muted still. And Dre, did you happen to see Randy's question for you?
No, I did not. I'm sorry.
Let me go back to it. He said, question for Dre. He said, have any of your coworkers got into drones after seeing you fly?
Everybody has questions. Everybody talks about it, but I have not anyone who actually taken any steps to do it.
Yeah, until you tell them how much the drone costs, and they're like, nope.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Or you get
and the part 107 and all that stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah. If you go, I bought it off Amazon and crash into a wall or something.
Yeah.
So I say that to people about the part 107. I say, yeah, you should get your part 107. Or like, oh, you got to take a test. Oh man.
Test.
But that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Yes. So
we have 10 people in here. I want to do the giveaway, but I got to get rid of one person. We got to bounce.
Yeah. But Paul, what I wanted to say is about aperture.
Just tell us what you think there, bud.
Most of us don't have that adjustable aperture on our drones. We have to go.
That's very true.
So we have these other two, ISO and the shutter speed to work with. We can't work with the aperture, and that's tough. But that's where we have to come into play with those two little things. We can't mess with the aperture. So.
And that's one of the big things that a lot of people that are new to drones don't understand, why the value of the Mavic 2 Pro and even the old Phantoms, of why people who are seriously into drones understand how those drones are still viable, because those drones have adjustable apertures on them, and you can still do so much work with those drones because they have all the things that most of the other drones, the newer drones that are out today, don't have.
Yep.
And it's easier for the newcomer. Basically, they want everything. Okay, let's give them a mini, but most people put it in auto anyway. They want to just catch. I mean, auto does great.
Oh, absolutely.
But
Yeah,
there are
and,
times
that was the important thing I wanted to say about this segment. That auto settings are perfectly fine. I just thought that we should also, because we show a lot of photography and we have a lot of photographers in the group, that maybe there are a group of people who want to learn more about manual settings, and that's something that we can work on.
Yeah, auto is really a great base to start from, but it can get you so much further once you start playing around a little bit. Gives you a lot more control over your lighting, your color, so on and so forth. Especially for those that are going to go into Lightroom or Photoshop and do post editing. So, a whole nother segment to that though, with the drones, the newer drones with no aperture, and that's going to open a whole another can of worms. But that brings us back to our ND filters and how that affects our, how fast or slow for our, for motion capture, things like that. And that's where ND filters can come into play. That's a whole nother subject there.
Yeah. Hashtag USDS in the chat for your chance to win a custom United States Drone Society coffee mug. USA only shipping.
Auto settings can mess you up too. If you're only trying to get video, if you have auto settings, that lighting is going to change.
Yes.
Wherever you point the gimbal, it's going to change. And that's why when I do video, it's like, should I do auto or should I do my, something else? Because sometimes in a low light situation, when the sun is going down, you're going to have problems going towards the sun. That's the problems I've had. Even when I do it in pro setting, no matter where the drone is, the angle is always going to make that change. So it's always basically, I think it's better for photography in manual
last chance, everybody to enter. Hashtag USDS. 1 more minute.
I usually set, like I do sunsets, and I've been doing a lot of 2-shot panoramics. And what I usually do is I will set it to manual. I'll get the right shot, like right in the middle. And because I know that if I spin left or right, the exposure is going to change because the sun's in a different spot. So if I'm in manual, my exposure is not going to change because it's going to be set to that point. So then what I'll do is I'll do the left shot, I'll do the right shot, and exposure will be the same on both. And it just works better that way.
Yep. And if you want to take it further, use your bracketing if your drone has it, and that opens up a whole new world.
Good luck, everybody. Christian.
Christian.
All right.
Congratulations, Christian. A good win right there. All right, I have one more video I wanted to share before we go around and let everyone say what they wanted to say. I also got an unboxing video from Dusty Martin. So I'm going to share that here. I almost forgot he sent me this.
Hey, guys. Got a box in the mail today from Paul.
Might need a knife.
Let's open this up and let's see what we got in here.
But I don't think he's allowed to have a knife. You see that bandit in that finger?
Whoa!
Dog in the way.
Dog got it for him.
Oh yeah. USDS coffee mug.
Thank you, Paul. And some coffee.
All right.
Hey, mine didn't come with coffee.
Stickers.
What the hell?
Always good to get stickers.
I never got no stickers.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sending mine back.
I guess you got to be a winner.
Winner or winner?
You can't just buy it. You got to win it to get.
Listen, it's a work in progress. It's evolved as time goes on. It started off with just a mug, and then I said, "Hey, you know what? Let's throw some stickers in there. Hey, you know what? Let's throw some coffee in there." You know.
So, hey, bud. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to keep the stickers and then give away the mugs.
I'd have to go get it.
Hey, wait a minute. I feel robbed. I didn't get mine mailed. You gave it to me personally. So, hey.
Yeah, you know, hey, that worked out good.
Yeah,
I got a defect. Mine had nail polish on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, because she liked you.
Yep. So you know what? All it took was a little bit of acetone and took it right off.
Yeah. Right, and also Michael Grimes sent me this. He got his coaster in and his sticker pack. So here that is right here.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, I was one of the first ones who got the coaster though.
Yeah. So you know, with
it's right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to step my game up a bit. I got stickers. I don't have a coaster or a mug.
I want the glass. I want the glass cup there. That's
Wait. We have a special announcement for next week. We have cocktail glasses coming.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's what I like.
We got NB.
All right, well, we are past that time, so I'm gonna bring everybody up, let you say what you want to say, and promote what you want to promote. I'm gonna start with Bud.
First of all, thank you again. It's been a great week, Paul. You do a fantastic job. All you guys are fantastic. Dre, I still have questions for you. I don't know which way I'm going anymore. Y'all be safe. Have a great week. We had snow, but it's melting. So thank you again, Paul. See you.
All right, Bud. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate having you here tonight.
Bud, like, looking forward to seeing that lighthouse video.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Bud. Enjoy your week, brother. And we're going to go with Todd. And Todd, I just want to say thank you so much for coming on and talking photography with us. You know, it helps a lot to have somebody who's experienced with those functions to help us out.
Yep, good stuff.
It's not a problem at all. Hey, everyone, we just passed Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. It's a good time of year to reflect and be thankful for what we have and grateful for this great group of people that we've got here that comes together every week, puts on a great show. Paul, much appreciate what you do every week. But I threw up a couple of videos this week that kind of roll right into that. And, you know, one, thankful. There's a story behind that video I put up that maybe we can talk about some other time. But and then the other one, check out the funny emotional roller coaster ride that I took with my Mavic 2 Pro just over the weekend. That was a fun one. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Everybody looking forward to the holidays here. So everybody stay safe.
All right, Todd, thank you so much for being with us, brother. Appreciate it. I'll talk to you throughout the week.
All right, see ya.
Yeah, Todd, that was a pretty wacky video. I saw it, and it's like, what the hell's the drone doing? It didn't.
Yeah,
make up its mind.
Yeah, I'll link to the video inside the video description after when I do the timestamp, so everybody can check it out if you want. It was pretty crazy. We're gonna go with Ken.
Hey everybody. Yeah, I've been under the weather a bit, so I haven't been flying much, but winter's coming, holidays are coming. Go out and fly. You guys are such an inspiration. I see all your pictures and it just makes me want to fly more. So get out there, have some fun, shoot, and share it to us, and just make us inspired. That's all I got.
All right, Ken, thank you so much, brother. I hope you feel better soon.
Thanks, Ken. Yeah,
thanks.
Get better soon, man.
Enjoy your week, brother.
Yeah, enjoy yours, all you guys. Thank you.
Peace.
I can.
And Jim, he's still awake.
Yay! Coffee. I have Kona and I have Donut Shop. Yes, brought to you by Victor Allen Coffees and the Drone Society. Thank you. I am wired. I'm going to keep talking. Normally, the only thing I really push has been I've got a heated jacket, the Core Edge. I had a mishap with it today with the zipper, which I always thought might have been a weak point. So as much as I've been pushing that nice heated jacket, and it was really nice, I don't know if it might be worth the purchase. I'm not going to put any link or nothing like that. I don't do any of that, but I might be on the lookout for a new heated jacket or a vest. So anybody knows any good ones? Don't go by my previous recommendation for Core Edge. So yeah. Anyway, I had fun flying. And some good news. My propeller warning issues have seemed to vanish. They're not happening anymore, and plenty of acro and manual. So is, I don't know. It's a DJI miracle.
It works, you know.
Hey Jim,
Right,
I
so
love
thank you so much
those. I
for
love
being
those
here.
fingerless compression gloves.
Yeah.
I have one pair. They didn't seem to do much. My wife had a pair that was a little thicker and they were warm, and I like that. I'm trying these. They're not that warm, but I'm playing guitar tomorrow night, and I'm going to try them with that, and I'm going to give it an honest opinion. Hey, maybe I'll be pushing some compression gloves tomorrow. Who knows?
Yeah, I have some. I just haven't used them in a while. I had some because I was going through. I'm sure you guys followed me a few years ago when I had that problem in my wrists and hands, and
yeah.
I use those, and trust me, compression gloves, even if they don't have fingers on them, they work great.
Well, I got a nerve issue going on right now because it's all messed up disc and cartilage, and my arm's all tingly and painful, and it hurts to type. So,
yeah,
you know, it is what it is.
Wrist wraps now.
Help
I have
but at least they keep them warm.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, Jim, thank you for being here tonight, brother. I appreciate having you.
yeah, great being here and staying awake.
Yeah, enjoy your week, brother. I'm sure I'll be talking to you throughout the week.
All right, man.
Hey,
Coffee
man.
Sunday. We'll catch you later, man.
See you later. And Dominic.
I just want to say thank you.
Keep it
Well,
short
that-
and simple, huh?
Man,
Right,
many
Dominic.
words.
Yeah, appreciate having you here. Enjoy your week. I know I'll be talking to you throughout the week anyway.
Yeah.
See you later. And the man of the hour, Draymond Crawford. I know Nightbot's been sharing the link to your channel. Hopefully, you gain a few subscribers tonight. I'm going to leave the floor with you. Say what you want to say. Promote what you want to promote.
Okay, first I just want to say thank you to you, Paul, for having me on. I appreciate the opportunity to come on and share my experiences. Two things we didn't get a chance to talk about tonight. For those who may have a Phantom 4 Pro version 2, there is a Mode ID update for that drone. If you own that drone, please download it, get yourself up to speed so you continue to fly. And also for the Mavic 2 Pro, it came out on the 23rd. So make sure you download that. It does, in spite of what people are saying in Facebook, I have tested out the Mavic 2 Pro with Litchi, and I plan on doing it with Drone Deploy. So far as I know, the drone operates just like it did before. No hiccups. I think a lot of people are putting out information that it no longer do waypoints, but it does. So don't be afraid to do the update on that. Other than that,
and always if you're getting a update to a drone, always check multiple sources for information on it. Don't go by just one person says, hey, this isn't working. Maybe something's not working for them because they're having an issue. Research a little further, because I don't always update my firmware right away, but I wait a day or two just to see what's being said about it, and then I'll go ahead and update. After a couple of days, if there's something wrong, it's usually found out about pretty quick. So
right, that's right. Other than that, I encourage everyone to get out and fly, but please fly safely and please fly within the rules of your area or wherever you may be. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here tonight. I appreciate it, Dre. I'm going to make sure to share the links for your stuff in the video description after I go and I do the timestamps here. Appreciate having you here. And you're always welcome back. Anytime you want to come on and join, just let me know.
Thank you very much.
All right, Dre, enjoy your week. I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope you have a great Christmas season, brother.
Same to you.
And Chris.
Well, I was going to say something about the NB Drones pick of the week. So I can promote what I have going this week, if you can pull it up. There it is. So this is Mount Savoy. This is out in Adams, Massachusetts. I went up there to see if I can catch a little bit what was left of the foliage out there. I guess I got a little too late, but I have a great video of that one area where I'm climbing up the mountains. I'm climbing up this mountain, but I'm also climbing up Mount Greylock, which is 3,491 feet. It's the tallest mountain in Massachusetts. I ended up catching a quarry and just, a bunch of areas out in Adams. So it looks pretty cool. And if you can go to my channel and check it out, that would be great. And also want to, just wish everybody happy holidays and hope you had a great Thanksgiving and looking forward to the next few holidays.
Yeah. All right. I want to thank everybody for joining here tonight. And I always like to leave with a reminder that mental health is an issue that affects a lot of people, a lot more than you realize. If you need help right now, pause the video and dial one of these emergency numbers if you need it. If you're watching the replay, you can also pause it. Dial one of those numbers if you need help. And, America, you can dial 988. What's important is that you reach out. No matter what method you use, you can reach out to friends and family. You can reach out to people in your community, your neighborhood. Reach out to somebody, get some help. Don't do it alone. It'll do you no good to do it that way. I appreciate everybody for joining us tonight. I appreciate having Dre as a guest. It's a great guest tonight. We had, I would say, a successful manual moment. Great little new segment that we're throwing together, and hopefully we can improve on it as we go. If you have any feedback, make sure to message me or Chris. Let us know. We take some feedback and work on making that, the best segment that we can make it that'll help people learn as easily as possible, because that's the goal, having some fun and all that. So with that, I'm going to play the outro. Thank you all so much for being here. Hey, Chris, great show tonight. I have a question for you.
Waiting for it.
What do the movies The Titanic and The Sixth Sense have in common?
I don't know, but I think you're going to tell me.
Icy dead people.